Good evening, I'm Prasad and you are watching KiniNews. While Hadi Awang and Dr. Mahathir Mohamad strengthened their ties over a common mission, Mahathir's ties with Anwar continue to deteriorate. And now the former Premier is seeking 150 million ringgit from the PKR leader.
Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has filed a 150 million ringgit lawsuit against Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. The lawsuit is over claims that Mahathir had amassed wealth for personal riches while in power. Mahathir's counsel from law practice of Rafiq filed a writ of summons at the High Court in Kuala Lumpur 2 days ago. When contacted by Malaysia Kini, Anwar's counsel Alif Benjamin Suhaimi confirmed that they were served copies of the civil action on that day. On April 17th, it was reported Mahathir would proceed with legal action. This is after Anwar did not comply with Mahathir's letter of demand for an apology. The claim against Mahathir was made during the PKR president's policy speech at the party's Special National Congress on March 18th. Mahathir alleged that Anwar made untrue and baseless statements with the intent to create a negative perception against him. Mahathir claimed that the allegation had not only ruined his image and reputation, but also brought shame upon himself as well as his family members.
Dr. Mahathir hasn't exactly been a big fan of PAS in the past, but a lot has changed recently as Mahathir and Hadi pivot to becoming champions of the Malays.
PAS agreed to meet with Dr. Mahathir Mohamad due to many shared common grounds now. Party President Abdul Hadi Awang said this despite the former Premier's past wrongs against PAS. Taking to Facebook, Hadi revealed that the meeting with Mahathir was to discuss Malay unity among others. Hadi said among the discussions was how it's a must for Malay Muslims to unite as Malaysia's majority original residents and a majority in the multicultural society. Hadi's statement follows media reports of the meeting where he, together with several other PAS leaders, signed Mahathir's Malay People's Proclamation. The proclamation is a document which urges Malays to unite to save their race. The Malay People's Proclamation is a 12-point document which claims that Malays never control the economy and have lost political control. It goes on to state that the Malay race has to be revived and saved by uniting Malays by putting aside their political differences. In the past, Mahathir criticized PAS's approach to politics as being divisive of the Malay community.
In conjunction with the World Press Freedom Day earlier this week, subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package now for 25% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Now back to news. PN continues to huff and puff, hoping it'll blow the roof of the unity government away. But Anwar is confident the current government will weather the storm to remain intact.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is confident his unity government will last until the next general election. He was commenting on claims that the opposition coalition Perikatan Nasional has enough numbers to unseat his government.
Tunggu masa Parlimen, bawa lah SD. Dia usul di Parlimen, tak ada masalah. Ini dia tiap minggu dia jadi macam ngigau mingguan. Sebelum raya, sebelum puasa, sebelum raya, selepas raya, sebelum raya haji, sebelum Taipusam, Chinese New Year. Tunggulah sebelum, tapi insya-Allah kita Kerajaan Perpaduan kekal penuh sehingga pilihan raya yang akan datang. I'm very confident.
Bersatu Supreme Council Muhammad Faiz Naaman recently put up a cryptic Facebook post about PN's support in Dewan Rakyat that sparked speculation. Meanwhile, BN Deputy Chairperson Muhammad Hassan recently denied that its MPs were involved in efforts to topple the government as certain parties alleged.
Remember Jolo? If you don't, here's a reminder. And the government hasn't forgotten about him either. Here's what Anwar had to say today about bringing the fugitive back to Malaysia.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim announced today that efforts are being made to bring fugitive Jolo back to the country as soon as possible. However, he told reporters in Kuala Lumpur today that the process hasn't been easy.
Want him back as soon as possible as well? You want him back as soon as
Yeah, of
possible?
course.
Face the music?
Yeah, yes. That has been the position. We've been very tough from day one.
But is it difficult? Is it a complicated process, you think?
It is, of course, yeah. Because it involves countries, it involves intelligence services, Interpol, etc.
So right now there's no confirmation he's even in China or not?
No, I can't comment for now.
However, Anwar did not name the countries Putrajaya has engaged with on the matter. He also refused to divulge whether China was one of the countries involved in the talks.
Sama ada akan minta China untuk hantar balik semula Johor ke Malaysia ke?
Yang tu kita tidak pernah mengesahkan dia di mana. Tetapi kita berunding dengan negara untuk mempercepatkan proses ini.
Negara ni antara negara tu sebab
Itu dirunding cara di antara negara, diplomatic channels.
Previously, former Wall Street Journal journalist Bradley Hope reported that Malaysian government officials were working on a deal with China on Low's extradition. According to the co-author of Billion Dollar Whale, negotiations on the matter were hammered out during Anwar's visit to the Republic last March.
The MACC has been doing a lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes, and we're starting to see the fruits of its labor. Next, perhaps, it would be Jolo himself being questioned at its office.
An alleged associate of Jolo has returned to Malaysia after leaving the country 5 years ago. According to a source, the fugitive arrived at KLIA2 around 3:30 a.m. 2 days ago to assist MACC investigation into the 1MDB affair. The source said the return of the fugitive was the result of cooperation between the MACC and overseas enforcement agencies. MACC recorded the suspect's statement and searched the suspect's house on Wednesday. The source said the investigation found that the individual was believed to have received embezzled funds from 1MDB and SRC via the account of a company named Wright Shaw Limited. On top of that, the investigation also proved that the suspect had received embezzled 1MDB funds through Yayasan Rakyat Satu Malaysia. Malaysia Kini is attempting to reach MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki for a response.
Sanusi better pay up what he owes Mahfuz Omar, or the Amanah leader may cross appeal to seek a bigger compensation from the Menteri Besar.
Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Muhammad Noor has been asked to pay the compensation awarded in a defamation suit or risk having a bankruptcy notice filed against him. Kedah Pakatan Harapan chairperson Mahfuz Omar said he will speak to his lawyer about the next course of action on the matter. Mahfuz said they can file a bankruptcy notice against Sanusi or confiscate his property. Last month, the Court of Appeal ordered Sanusi to pay 120,000 ringgit in damages and 10,000 ringgit in legal costs to Mahfuz. This is after Sanusi lost a defamation suit Mahfuz filed against him. The payment was not settled past the deadline, which is 14 days from the day of the judgment on April 3rd. Mahfuz said he was mulling filing a cross-appeal to double the damages to 240,000 ringgit.
No plans this weekend? Why don't you head to Parliament for its open day and learn about how democracy works? You may also ask officials there why our MPs act the way they do.
Parliament will open its doors to the public this weekend for its inaugural open day. Visitors can look forward to guided tours to learn how Parliament conducts business and the roles of the people involved. Parliament spokesperson told Malaysia Kini that visitors can also discover more about Parliament's significance and history, including its architecture and culture. Visitors can also attend a lecture from two MPs, Isna Raisa Munira Majlis and Howard Lee. The duo will be speaking on the topic, I Say Yes to Youths in Parliament, from 11 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. on Saturday. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, Isna Raisa said she is looking forward to share her experience as a young female politician. Meanwhile, Lee applauded organizers for improving accessibility to Parliament and educating the Rakyat on the intricacies of lawmaking. Later in the afternoon, Dewan Negara Secretary Muhammad Sujairi Abdullah will be speaking on the topic of Constitution and Parliamentary Procedure. Visitors can park their vehicles at Taman Tugu, Taman Botani and Padang Merbok. Shuttle bus services to Parliament will be provided. Rail users can reach Parliament using the Rapid KL shuttle bus from KL Central.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.